And we're going to send it over to Carly, keeping check of the tropics. Hopefully nothing really serious brewing.
Yep, it's mid-November almost, and we are tracking this area of a broad area of low pressure. You can see some convection there in the Caribbean. The rest of the tropics, the rest of the Atlantic, no concerns there, but this area has a high chance of developing now over the next 7 days. So when we take a look at one of the reasons why our sea surface temperatures, this area has been kind of the producer where many of our systems have developed, and then they strengthen as they head north. And so the sea surface temperatures in the Western Caribbean still just very warm, extra warm. They're above 80 degrees. You've got to have sea surface temperatures above 80 in order for a system to develop or strengthen. And we've got that through the Caribbean and even into portions of the Gulf of Mexico. So what we are watching in our upper atmospheric energy is where that system has a chance of developing, and that's going to be the Western Caribbean. What's going to happen is it's going to kind of be steered by this high pressure, but this cold front is going to weaken the steering winds from the high. It's going to hang out likely in the Caribbean through the weekend as it kind of figures out what it wants to do and really how strong it could become. And so right now there's high pressure over Texas by Friday, which has steering winds away from the Gulf of Mexico. But as this front continues to push south, it's going to interact with this system, and then this high pressure is going to slide over Florida and weaken, and that could allow the Gulf of Mexico to open up for whatever does develop to make it in by the middle of next week. So this is paused at Tuesday at 8:30. Both models indicating it makes its way into the Gulf of Mexico. For Texas, I am not worried whatsoever, because once again we've got a stronger low level or low pressure system that's going to be setting up over the Four Corners region and into the mountain, the Rocky Mountain region, and then move into the plains, right? That's going to come with a cold front, and that's going to create a really harsh environment across the northwestern Gulf of Mexico and the Lone Star State, where there's going to be a lot of wind shear. And so even if a system tried to head our direction, it would be pulled apart very similar to how Rafael went. If this system wants to survive, it would head toward Florida as we head into the middle of next week. But even so, Florida is going to have a decent amount of wind shear as well. On Futurecast, here's a look at that cold front. You see this is moisture from Rafael actually being pulled up into Louisiana and the Mississippi River Valley. We stay dry. There's no rain as the front passes through here. High pressure builds, keeping us fairly sunny, but we see moisture returning into the weekend and early next week. This is going to be associated with that deep trough. We get a cutoff low that comes up out of the Pacific, and is energy that's associated with that trough. It's going to loop around it, but bring in a cold front that has a chance of rain as we head into next week and has a chance of bringing us cooler temperatures. But for now, over the next 7 days, all we are really going to notice is a nice drop in our dew points. Thursday is going to feel really nice, but it's not going to necessarily be cool, except maybe early in the morning and into Friday morning. Right now, what we are dealing with is fog. We have dense fog, especially for Robstown, Alice, Kingsville, Falfurrias. A lot of this fog set up across the coastal bend in the Victoria Crossroads region. So keep in mind, through about 9 a.m. once again, foggy conditions are going to be present. And then by the time we get into the afternoon, we see the sun breaking through. Lots of sunshine and more heat is still in the forecast. So when it comes to your 7-day forecast, what we are seeing is a high near 90 on Wednesday. Then temperatures fall around 10 degrees or so for our afternoon highs into Thursday. It's Friday morning when we actually feel the cooler weather with lows back in the 50s, but highs are still above normal. Barbie, John Thomas.